Hello friends, back again. It's me. Yes, this is how I roll. That's so damn cheesy, it's ridiculous. Cut that. Hope you're... if you... ridiculous. If you're... I can't believe I'm laughing at myself. This is ridiculous.
Really, Daddy?
If you are new here, I upload videos every Monday and Thursday on the funny side of life with anxiety and depression. And today I'm kind of mixing things up a little bit to a degree, sort of-ish. I want to talk about some things that you probably know well. They are fairly ordinary, everyday things, but they just fucking piss me off big time.
Hey, Apple.
And they really kind of grind my gears and all of those other sort of cliche statements. It's amazing how these everyday things are just so ridiculous.
The struggle is real.
It's unbelievable how ridiculous these things are. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, picture the scene. You go to university and you decide you want to become a doctor. You want to do medicine. So that's not the length of a normal degree. It's much longer. So there's just a shed load of studying and learning. And the intelligence level that you need to have is proper big brain. Now, you've done all that studying, all that good stuff, and you pass all the exams and you get qualified as a doctor. And you've got to say, you are pretty much big brain. I keep mentioning that for a very good reason. You become a doctor and you're solving problems and you're healing people and you're saving people's lives and really fucking important stuff.
Okay.
So why is it you write like a fucking dick?
Wait, what?
What is it about doctors writing? Why the fuck do they write like a spider just crawled in some ink and just wandered across a page?
I don't know.
For someone who's so intelligent, has such an important job of saving people's lives, why do they have such shit writing? This gets worse because we accept that. It's almost like a funny joke, and it's fine that doctors have bad writing.
It's funny because it's true.
Someone who's in charge of prescribing drugs to save your life is okay for them to write some scrawl that nobody can read. It's mind-blowing how ridiculous this is. I just do not understand it. Literally, I cannot comprehend how that's okay, that's a thing that we all accept.
That's ridiculous.
Very important that they write something clear so that we can understand, or the pharmacist can understand, so they can give out the correct drugs. But no, this weird, shitty scrawl, like a sort of dead spider crawled into some ink and then kind of was just shaken across the page. Why? Why is that a thing?
Don't let them know.
Ridiculous. As we're talking about doctors, there's something else which I think is very, very interesting. And it's not just in the medical profession, but it goes on a few other areas. It just seems like such a ridiculous thing. If you go to the doctor, particularly in the UK where healthcare is free, so if you need the doctor to fill out a particular certificate or some paperwork, often they'll charge you for doing it. Now, I'm not talking about writing a huge report that's going to take lots and lots of time. A simple thing, few words, and they will charge you for it. Why? It makes no sense. Now, you could say, yes, it takes their time.
Okay.
If they had to write a long thing, but often it's just sign something, done, and they'll charge you some money.
Seriously?
Ridiculous fines and costs is something else which I'm baffled by. On that same line is library fines. Now, fair play, probably fewer and fewer people go to the library these days. Probably over time there's going to be less and less libraries, which is a real shame. But if you take out a library book, it's completely free, and if you are late returning it, there's a fine.
How much is it?
That fine is such an insignificant amount of money, it sort of doesn't matter. You don't mind if you get the fine. It's not like getting a speeding ticket. So therefore, it doesn't incentivize you to get the book back on time.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's a few pence in the UK. What's the point? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's such a ridiculously small amount of money that it doesn't serve any purpose.
You ain't wrong.
There's so many things like this, and it's laughable. They're just everywhere, and they can really just wind you up and cause some anxiety. I have to shoehorn anxiety in there somewhere, obviously. But it's amazing how these things can really get you and get to me. Like when you're on the train or a bus. Now, everyone's got a mobile phone these days. It's pretty normal, no problem there. But at what point do people think having the keypad tones is a great idea? There's no point. There's no need for it. You're seeing the numbers. Fair enough. If you've got restricted vision, that's a different thing. Fine. On an iPhone, it's like... Doesn't really tell you what the numbers are anyway.
No, sir, I don't like it.
It serves no purpose other than to annoy the fuck out of everybody else. Or maybe it's just me.
Dumbass.
You do not need that. You do not need that sound. There's no point to it, and it's just so annoying to literally everyone else.
I'll tell you what my problem is!
It's like they say, they, I don't know who they are, you know, the people. If someone's whistling, there's only one person who's not annoyed. Yeah, the person whistling, because it's fucking annoying.
Are you sure?
iPhone or any phone, keypad tones or clicks. At what point did anyone want that? So why is it a thing? It's ridiculous.
It happens.
The struggle is real. And on the same idea as noisy things that just annoy, people who eat with their mouth open and loudly. Everyone should know it's bad manners to eat with your mouth open, but why do so many people still do it? No one likes that. Nobody enjoys hearing that.
This is my punishment.
There's no benefit to you whether you eat or... Why is that even a thing? Who teaches their kids to eat with their mouth open? Nobody. It's a classic thing. Parents always say to kids, don't eat with your mouth open. And then at some point... Now, if like me, these kind of things just gets you and you've got a shitload of anxiety or depression or any kind of like mental illness issues at all, I definitely recommend you checking out BetterHelp. They've got an online service and an app, totally amazing, and if you enter the code DazHands, you'll get 10% off. I'll pop a link in the description so you can check it out. People who ask questions or ask for help and then don't do anything with that information, or then don't take that advice, or just completely ignore it. Why the fuck are you asking for help? Why the fuck are you asking for advice?
I don't know.
Often people will ask, you know, can you help me with this? What do you suggest I do with this? And not saying everyone's got the answers, not saying I've always got the answers, but if you ask someone for some advice and help, or suggest something that could be of use, and then completely ignore that, and then complain that they're still in the same problem that they were in the beginning.
You are it, Todd.
Don't ask for help if you don't want to do that thing. Don't ask. I just realised this is now sounding like me just ranting. And let's be honest, it is me just ranting. It's amazing, I think, how so many things in life do just like get to us. Even if you're fairly chilled, I'm a fairly chilled person generally, but these little things just get to me.
You're a freak.
It's amazing how these sort of things become sort of okay behaviour. People have no self-awareness and they'll just do it and just be oblivious to the effect on other people. Yes, everyone is individual, everyone can do what they want, but I think we should be respectful and aware of how we affect, or how our effect is on how we affect... What? We should at least be self-aware enough to know the effect we have on other people by our actions. And it's when people don't have that, I think a lot of problems do happen. But some of the things are just sort of like, you know, inventions or creations. Which brings me on to the next one, which has baffled me forever. I do not understand this thing. Picture the scene. You're decorating your house, go to the bathroom, whatever colour suite, things, toilet, basin, bath, shower, etc. Get all that set up, and you go, obviously no.
We're not going to have carpet in the bathroom because there's a lot of water here.
But also you think, toilet, there could be some splashage. Splashage is a word, that's official. And so you don't want anything that just absorbs liquid.
Everything stinks.
That's not a good thing to have in a bathroom, which is why very few bathrooms have carpet. There still are some. At some point someone decided to put carpet in a bathroom. Why? But you either got wooden floor, vinyl flooring, or tiles, or something like that. But then some genius, some absolute genius, come up with the idea of let's put a little bit of carpet around the bottom of the toilet.
What?
The reason you don't have carpet in a bathroom is for hygiene, because you don't want to absorb liquids or particles that may splash out of the toilet. So the area most at risk is around the toilet. So let's put wooden floors, tiles everywhere, but the bit that's most at risk, let's put a little piece of carpet around that to literally catch all that disgusting stuff. Someone come up with that idea. Someone invented that. It's disgusting. I mean, you might have a bath mat near the bath, so when you get out, you're not going to slip. That's fine.
Good. Mighty good.
But particularly put a piece of carpet around the toilet just seems, one, disgusting, but just bizarre. Who? Why?
I have no idea.
And now finally, something that I've only recently discovered. And This has literally blown my mind. Just the why of this thing. Regardless of whether you're a PC person or a Mac person, you have to use a browser to access the internet.
That's a button for the internet.
Microsoft had Internet Explorer, but then they decided, I think around Windows 10, to change it from Internet Explorer to Edge. It's still essentially the same thing. It's still the pre-installed Microsoft web browser.
So we need to rename it.
Internet Explorer, there's nothing better of a name, because that's literally what it is.
Sweet.
It's the most perfectly named thing ever. It's not like you need to rebrand it or advertise it, because it comes pre-installed. No one buys Internet Explorer, it comes with the PC. You're not going to sell anymore by changing the name.
And that's for true.
And so it stayed as Edge for a while. And recently, I discovered that clearly Edge wasn't enough. That wasn't enough to just really make a statement. This is where my mind is blown. It's now gone to Edge Chromium. What the fuck? Is it some sort of copy of Chrome? I don't know. It doesn't seem to work as well as Edge, which was pretty bad, or as Internet Explorer. But why? Why was it needed? If they wanted to upgrade Internet Explorer to do different things, fine, it makes sense. But why the need to change it to Edge and then to Edge Chromium? It's solving a problem that was never there in an overly complex way.
Dumbest people on the internet.
So they got this Edge Chromium thing now, the invention of something like the toilet carpet, which is pointless. And I'm sure there was millions spent on the development of Edge Chromium. Even the name's massive and annoying. Just why? It didn't need to be rebranded at all. Pointless acceptance of crap. I know it sounds like a real rant. I think I'm just amazed how these things are, and they are ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. Yes, in the big scheme of things, the struggle isn't real. These are real, probably first world problems, and it's basically funny, but it is amazing how we have to deal with all these little crappy things which are completely unnecessary. Now, maybe you don't get so wound up about these as I do. Hopefully not. But if you do, let me know in the comments which of these, or if there's anything else that really gets to you. If you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe down here. Check out my other video up here, and remember, please don't take life too seriously. There's enough ridiculous things in the world that we can have a laugh at and just see the stupidity of life. And on that note, I'll say I'll see you next time. Bye bye.